You will hear about the African Union. Yes, it exists. But what is the effect of the African Union in reality? We cannot talk about integration in the theme and not talk about the African Union. Because it is this organization that should unite us, create real integration. But we regret to see these wars that persist on the African continent, killing millions of young people. And that this organization, which has heads of state, with armies, is unable to organize itself to support certain countries. The Union is not just a word. The Union is a symbol. And we, the youth, should learn a lesson from this situation to unite, to make integration a reality. I was unpleasantly surprised when Ethiopia, which hosts the headquarters of the African Union, was experiencing a conflict. And when I saw the Prime Minister put on a military uniform and announce the closure of the university in Addis Ababa to face the threat. I did not see any action from the African Union to protect these headquarters. Most Western states saw Addis Ababa falling, packing up and leaving. Ethiopia fought, found an internal solution, and is living more or less in peace today. The children of Congo have been dying for years. Several other conflicts, such as in Sudan, exist on the continent. We would have liked to see the African Union generate the forces and all the necessary strategies to support these states so they can regain peace. For nearly 10 years, the Sahel has been the theater of international terrorism. But we see no support from these organizations to find a solution to this problem. Worse, a few days ago, a country foreign to Africa openly announced having supported and participated in a cowardly terrorist and barbaric attack against the forces of our confederation in Tinsawatan. The African Union did not utter a word to condemn this interference by a state outside of Africa in the internal affairs of our states. I would like them to hear this and therefore break their silence and take action so that the youth can believe in the African Union.
We are called putschists. We are not French. We do not understand what that means. And the local people, who surely do not even understand the profound meaning of the word, also call us putschists. Very well, we appropriate it. Over the years, as far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you may have noticed all the bodies have been destructured. No more training, nothing left for the army. They imposed in all our major states, all our schools and all our strategic structures, what they called military councils. When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military councils were and where they were. So we were able to identify that the evil was deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I told you not long ago, you cannot hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it to come and help you find it. When we asked the military councils to leave, we felt manifestations. We were made to understand that we would not be able to get by without them. And every time they told us, it was translated by attacks on the ground. We received the message well. At the dawn of the year 2023, we decided to tell the foreign forces present here to leave. because we want to fight in Burkina Faso. They did not surely appreciate it, but why come and die on our land for us? We prefer to fight ourselves. We ask them to return home. Unfortunately, I tell you here today, as I like to say, colonization has returned. There are slaves of Ceylon who still have not understood. In the meantime, military officers wrote to us and approached us to tell us that it was a very bad decision and that we would not last 2 months. Files were written. We were sent these files to make a strategic analysis of their thoughts. We said either we are sovereign or we remain slaves forever. Indeed, when the last soldier left Burkina Faso, we understood what it was about. The attacks followed immediately. Dehao, Timnikov, Partiaga, and so on. But what they had forgotten was that the people of Burkina Faso had understood our message. And had engaged in the same way as we did. We reorganized quickly, and suddenly we noticed that all the sleeping terrorists had woken up in Burkina Faso. We reorganized the army as quickly as possible. At an unequal speed, we have created several units, and even if several others are yet to come, we have equipped them. And today this equipment continues because in the days to come, the months to come, what you will see coming to Burkina Faso must make our army a power to fear. We will not hesitate about the means. We understood that the fight against imperialism will be hard, very hard. But only the hard ones will pass, and the Burkinabés are hard, and we will pass. We have put on guard for more than a year the local valets, the slaves of Ceylon, so that they do not betray their country for the benefit of imperialism. Some have understood and organized themselves. Others have not understood. Maybe they thought they were smarter, but today we have no more feelings about this theft. Whoever betrays his country for the benefit of imperialism, he will be treated as such. Returning to our famous ECOWAS, since we decided to leave the ECOWAS, the slaves of Ceylon have been driven everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. God, thank you. In a recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak. On the TV sets, that's what they said, who were ready for the gospel. Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the Yayiyayes are the first to confirm this. Everyone can make his own analysis of a situation. We can certainly make mistakes, but when we come to understand, we are open to explain the process. Here we will explain to you why we left the ECOWAS and where we are going. Remember that it was in 1975 that it was created. And it was created for the majority of state leaders, putschists, as they like to say. It was the military who took the power and took the responsibility to create the ECOWAS, so that there was a real economic growth of the people inside this space. Later, the so-called Democrats were invited to the heads of our states. They completely emptied the community of its foundation. When on June 26, Nigeria decided to take its destiny into its own hands, we were surprised to see the ECOWAS appear on June 16th with a force in weight. Where was this force? When thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by terrorists. Where was this force? When thousands of Malians and Burkinabés died under the bullets of terrorists. They said that by force they were going to house the valiant sons of Nigeria who took the destiny into their own hands. Do you believe that these are women who are in Nigeria? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is a warrior. It has been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. And the armies of the ECOWAS have decided to unite. We are waiting for this force in weight. It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions, because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It is not free. We pay, and it contributes to their economy. They have tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by ignoring all the texts and not providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt. It does not work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we take, the sovereignty we take, we must do everything for it to be. They have given us very good lessons, and we have understood very well. Some have closed their ports, which goes against all international texts, because we cannot close our ports in a landless country. They did it. They violated the text. The international community did not say a word.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it was for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's clip it's all about President Ibrahim Traore, and in today's clip he almost shed tears because he feel like he's in this alone. He feel like there is no union between African leaders and Caribbean leaders. Why do he say this? Because there is a time that France government and United States government just want to arrest President Ibrahim Traore because they feel like he's using the resources of Burkina Faso. Is a dictator, but we all know what President Ibrahim Traore is doing. And so far so good, there's no any African leader that has really come out to defend or just to talk about this thing, or any Caribbean leader just to stand strong with our youngest president, President Ibrahim Traore. This is the reason why he feel like there is no unity between the African president and Caribbean leaders. And this is the reason why he spoke this speech with so much pain, and he almost shed tears because he feel like it's really high time African leaders to wake up. It's really high time Caribbean leaders to wake up, to get out of their comfort zone, to see what's really happening outside here in the world. A lot of people, they have started opening their eyes. A lot of African people, they have started to open their eyes. They're really doing their own things. Earlier on, a lot of African leaders really depend on Western countries, but they have really come out, and other people are saying that now is the time these Western countries really need African countries, not African countries or Caribbean countries to need them. It's really high time they also listen to black people, because earlier on black people didn't have so much power to say. We all remember during the early slave trade, a lot of African people really went through a lot, and it's really high time these people, some African leaders, they are really asking for reparation. They want to be paid for all the damages they did to our ancestors, all the pain they really made them to go through, and this kind of reparation, because these people really went through a lot. Imagine working in a farm whereby you haven't no clothes. If you by any chance you get infected by any diseases, there's no any form of treatment. You are going through hardship, you are being beaten for not doing some things. Even in working condition is so poor, you are doing things very harshly. These people, our ancestors really did or really went through a lot. This is the reason why they are really asking for reparation. And President Ibrahim Traore has really came out and showed that African, there is still those better leaders that can really make Africa a better place. There are still those leaders that can really make black people to unite together as one. Because it's really high time Caribbean and Africa to unite together as one. Black people to unite together as one. And we'll be much, much stronger. It's really high time. We have to wake up from our comfort zone, because we have all seen a lot of everything or anything that is being done and is being famous is still done by white people. A lot of things that are made to glorify maybe something like good, it's all come from white. But if you come back to our skin color black, we are being bullied a lot. We really go through a lot of things, especially racism, and it's really high time when it will reach a point whereby racism, it has to stop. So we love our president Ibrahim Traore. He's just a character that everyone admire to be. He's a mentor to everyone. He's being admired by all African people and Caribbean people because of his good work. He has really shown that other people that despite all the hardship people they are still going through, there's still the light at the end of the tunnel. He has still shown the people of Burkina Faso that there is still time to make Burkina Faso to develop more, despite of maybe they doesn't have a lot of support outside from Western country, but they are really doing these things on their own country. They are depending on their own resources of the country, and we've all seen how they are really building roads. They are really building schools, hospitals, to make sure that the people of Burkina Faso, they are really living a better life. And let me just tell you, in coming 10 years, Burkina Faso, it will be on another level. Every African country will admire to go to see or to visit Burkina Faso to see it's really happening in there. So guys, let us support our president Ibrahim Traore by all means. Let us support him with all our heart, and don't forget to pray. We all know at the end of the day, we were all created from God, and He's the one who truly protects us. So let us pray to God to protect also our president. Let us pray for one another, and I really hope one day we will join our hands together. We support one another, the same as how white people support one another, the same as how Chinese people support one another. The one thing that really it has really affected a lot of black people is how they don't know how to unite together as one. But when the time really comes and they learn how to unite together as one, we will solve a lot of problems, because we are really going through a lot. And in African countries, there is a lot of things that are really going on, it's really that these people really don't see it. It's all because there is a lot of puppet leaders that just want to benefit themselves, also in Caribbean. But it's really high time we wake up. We copy notes. Our African leaders, we copy notes from what President Ibrahim Traore is doing. We want our President Ibrahim Traore to be in each and every country, each and every country to have his own President Ibrahim Traore. Let us not also just admire the president of other countries. We can make our own president to be better. Those that we elected, we have the power to change what's really happening in our own countries. So guys, let me not talk too much. If it was for the first time you come across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you wherever you are. One love.